All right. Hello, everyone. We're right here at the top of the hour. My name is Bryce, and you're listening to WZMB 91.3. This is my show, It's a Bee Thing. Happy Halloween. I have a special guest here.
Hey, guys. I hope you are enjoying your Halloween.
Well, yes. All right, we got Jery here. He was here last week. Y'all know how it is. We're going to yap. I'm going to make him talk about deep things that he doesn't want to talk about. But we got to keep the brain moving, even on Halloween, especially on Halloween. We're at ECU, ladies. All right, y'all. That last song, can I say something? Oh, my God. It's such a classic. The Black Eyed Peas, guys. If y'all don't know, my 21st birthday theme is like that song. And you just have to trust me. It's 2010 swag core. And I have to say, bring it back. Please bring it back.
I think we should.
Please.
I think we should.
I want Domo. I want snapback caps. I want...
Snapbacks.
Yes. Like, just obnoxious amounts of glitter and cheetah print and rainbow and, like, humongous lettering on muscle tees. That's what I want. It's my dream. I hope everybody... I think Jery will cook. Jery will dress to the theme.
I will.
Jery will.
I will.
So I'm praying that all my friends, they get the vibe, they understand.
I shall cook at this party.
All right, we're going to listen to some music real quick. We're going to come back and talk about fate, about ideas of, like, destiny, and if there is any free will. Yep,
Ooh.
that's what we're talking about this Friday morning. All right, let's listen to Dijon with Yamaha. All right, that was Kevin Abstract with Geezer. I miss Kevin Abstract. Like, that was such an iconic era. 2019, bring it back, please. All right, let's get to what we came here to talk about, what I just sprung on my special guest here. When I say that I want to talk about fate, ideas of destiny, y'all know I love this. I'm obsessed with kismet, this idea that, like, or an enigmatic experience, right? This idea that, like, you have a bunch of people who have come here in this place and time, and all of the choices they made have led them to meet at this, like, crossroads in their life. And if they had made one different choice, they would not be in the same place that they are today. I think about this a lot with, like, camp, with really good casts of people and shows, which only happens once in a blue moon, Jery knows, where it's like, wow, something in the air, just something happened where all of us were able to meet at this exact time in our lives, and we will never have this experience again, which is, number one, part of what gives it meaning. But also is like, wow, what, it's kind of, I don't know, you release the agency over your choices in a way, but it also helps to, like, explain maybe some of the bad things that have happened, right? If you're like, well, if everything I experienced led me to this moment, then it had to have been worth it, right? And I like that. I'm kind of obsessed with that. I think about that, honestly, all the time, and I feel like it's a pretty big positive. I wanted to talk about, however, some of the possible, I think, downfalls that I have with myself when it comes to thinking about this. And just philosophically debate whether or not these are worthwhile things of thinking about, essentially. And one of those things is, I think that sometimes we as people, and maybe this is just because of movies and, like, books and things like that, so we tend to compartmentalize, like, ourselves in the same way that these movies, you know, fit people into boxes and archetypes of characters and things. Like, if you remember the movie The Duff, which stood for, like, dumb, ugly, fat friend. This is, like, one of those stupid early 2000s romance movies where they were like, yeah, guys, you know, high school sucks, and everyone fits into one of these boxes, and you're just the Duff. But we see this even today with this, I don't know if y'all have seen TikTok comments talking about girls going out, especially on Halloween weekend, too, of the refrigerator protecting the snacks. Jery's laughing. I'm just gonna keep narrating that one. This idea of, like, there has to be someone in a friend group, right? Everybody has different roles in a friend group, so somebody has to be the one to, like, at worst, make the other ones look good. At best, you know, maybe be the responsible one, be the parents, maybe. And sometimes, because I'm a person who likes to take care of people, I'm a person who enjoys, you know, watching their friends thrive. And I'm pretty unselfish when it comes to that. Like, I have a nasty habit of not considering myself most of the time. And I often think about it in these terms of like fate or destiny, of like, well, maybe I'm just the one who is meant to help other people, like live a good life and feel loved. And maybe that's enough. Like me making all of these other people feel loved. Maybe I don't need anyone to make me feel loved or to feed back into me, because maybe that's just what my job is supposed to be, because I'm so good at it. And it's what happens in all my relationships. So maybe like that's just what's supposed to happen. And it's a pretty black and white way of thinking, I recognize. But I wrestle with that a lot. I've talked about before how I used to think that, you know, maybe because all of the women in my family are pretty difficult, pretty strong-willed, pretty stubborn and loud. And we talked about how none of them have had an easy time finding love or acceptance in their lives. That I thought, you know, there might be some people, some women, like me and my family, who just don't get that, who don't get to fall in love, who just don't get, you know, the fairy tale, beautiful, you know, release that is getting to be soft and getting to be beautiful and feminine with a partner, with someone who loves them. And I talked about how I just had come to accept in a way that I thought that would never happen for me. I was just like, okay, I can be fine with that. You know, the women in my life are really happy. I think they're so inspiring. I think they're so strong and funny, and I wouldn't change anything about any of them or myself. But I thought that came with this acceptance of like having to fit in this box of, in this instance, like being a difficult woman and not being deserving of love.
Can I ask you a question, Bryce?
Yes, you can.
So I'll switch topics a little bit. Do you believe in soulmates?
Yes. And I think so.
Yeah.
Because of that whole thing of believing that there are people who are meant to come into our lives for a reason. And I think this about, I had some pretty really negative people, that childhood trauma for real. I don't know if I'm that way with these people, but with people who have hurt me in my life, ex-friends, one single relationship, I usually am like, well, I have a hard time having hard feelings about really anything, because I'm like, well, to love somebody and to invest in someone's life is always a net positive. Yeah. So I'm just happy that they were in my life for whatever period of time, and I will always think back on how they meant something to me maybe when I was 12, and yeah, maybe they don't mean anything to me now, but the fact that they meant something to me then is the important part. And I believe, like, twin flame, like, I have friends who I'm like, that is my person. Like, that's my platonic soulmate.
Do you think people can have, so you think people can have multiple soulmates?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Oh, okay. I think so. In the tone that you're speaking of, I think so as well.
Well, yes.
I think people can have multiple soulmates and the platonic soulmates.
Well, do you think there's like one romantic soulmate, or no?
One romantic soulmate? Well, I know I believe in soulmates. Of course I believe in soulmates. Everyone has their person out there.
True. I believe this.
Is there a thing of, does everyone get their person out there? Well, no.
Yeah.
Sadly not. That would be a perfect world. But no, so I believe everyone has a soulmate. And I think there could be, people could have up to like 3 or 4 soulmates, different
I think
soulmates,
so.
because there's so many people in this world.
And different phases in your life,
Yeah.
and different purposes. I fully believe there are people out there who have like platonic life partners.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
like that's them. Like, you know, I know that you don't need romantic love, and we can shift here. It's okay. This goes along with the fate thing. I wanted to get into the soulmates thing. The like red string, you know, in lots of cultures they have this idea of like, you are destined to meet this person, to cross paths. Yes, that you're tethered to this person, and it runs the risk too of like,
that used to stress me out when I was younger.
Yeah, it oversimplifies it a little bit.
Yeah, it's just like, whoa, I got one person I'm supposed to be
like,
with.
oh my gosh.
I gotta find this person.
I'm like, how
what?
can I do that?
How am I supposed to find this person?
Invisible string theory. I think that's a little better, of just like that there could be multiple people that you're meant to pass with. And also, if I do think one positive, we'll talk about the negatives of this side of thinking later. I think that one positive of, thinking this way is that you hopefully would view every interaction with somebody or every new relationship as having the capability to provide you something, to teach you something.
Yeah.
And that makes it so much easier to like find connection and like to fight loneliness. And y'all know I've talked about this before as well. Baby, the hyper individualistic society, like loneliness is thriving today. They want us to not rely on each other and to not, ask each other questions and to not view each other as worthy of possible community. So, of course, like saying, okay, this random person who I'm about to meet from Scotland who works at my camp, who I will never see again, who I know nothing about because from a whole other country, entirely other culture, instead of just being like, viewing them as like, well, now the person I'm talking about, that person is my bestest friend. Like, I talk to these people every single day. Oh, wow, I had this beautiful moment and I may not ever speak to these people again, but we shared something that like meant something. And that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful.
I understand that completely.
Yes.
Because you're talking about camp, and your camp is a big camp.
I'm like, yes.
I'm 100% positive you probably talked about it up here.
We have.
I go on a lot of cruise ships, so I meet a lot of people.
True.
I meet a lot of people every year. And the amount of like people I know from like France and like the UK, and it's like, I met y'all on that cruise ship. Y'all, they gave me something. They gave me a part of them. Not in not in like a relationship type of way, but like in a platonic way. They gave me a part of their
sharing these experiences.
Yeah, so
and
I gave them part of me.
Yes.
And I will never forget them. Like the people I talked to on the cruise ship, when I introduce myself and we hang out, I will not forget you.
This is that kismet thing too of like, wow, what are the freaking odds that we just ended up in the same place at the same time and got to meet each other?
Yeah.
Like, life is no small feat.
No, it's not.
Okay, like, there is no coincidence. There is no chance. I think you have to believe that your choices are impactful, that everything that you have done has led you here, that you are building onto something, that you are like a legacy of people. Like, there's nihilism. How do you say that? Nihilism. There we go. Nihilism has no place here. Everything does matter.
Going back to what you just said, I think about that so much, of how if you make one decision, your life can change completely. Because, I broke my hip, but I never told you. So the day that happened, I sat at a stop sign contemplating, should I go left or right? Mm-hmm. Should I go down the main road or should I take the back road? And I took the back road, and I always think to myself, if I never got in my car crash, would I have the best friends, the friend group I have today? Mm-hmm. Like, because they came and saw me almost every day in the hospital. That's how we became that friend group. So it's like, would I have that friend group today? Would I have talked to my ex? Like, it's always like you said, life isn't like chance.
Yes.
It's every choice.
And you could choose to sit here and be like, oh, that car crashed, like, and be regretful.
Oh, yeah.
And be angry even.
Yeah, no.
But isn't it so much more fulfilling to like choose to put a positive spin
on
it?
Accept it. I was angry. I was angry at first, as one would be, but you gotta accept it. It happened.
I agree. I love this. This is like kind of my Roman Empire here, if you can't tell. The kismet, the everything. It gives your relationships meaning. It gives like depth to your choices, and I think we need that. I think we're gonna pivot in our next talk break. We're gonna continue. We're gonna talk about the nihilism, actually, because it goes along with this wonderfully. So all you people out there who are like, nothing matters, and nothing, what I do doesn't matter. I can't make any change. I can't affect anything, and like it doesn't matter what I do. Like I'll just always be here. Hey, we're gonna get you. Hey, we're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you because y'all know
specifically.
Y'all know I don't agree with that. All right, we'll continue yapping. We'll continue sharing my thoughts and opinions. Let's listen to Royal Otis. I'm excited.
Love him.
They're playing. The song is called Car. It's gonna be our first time listening along with you. So let's check it out. Enjoy.
Wouldn't wanna waste your time.
All right, that was Greek with October. Because, last day of October, Halloween. Stay safe out there, y'all. Stay safe, please.
Please stay safe this weekend.
Please don't walk anywhere alone. Okay, get an Uber. It's not that expensive.
Uber or Lyft home, please.
Okay. No DUIs out here. Please and thank you.
Please don't get a DUI.
But, stay looking cute. Our podcast, actually, about Halloween, the managers team, has posted their episode today. If you want to check that one out, we talk about the ins and outs, what we want to see, what we don't want to see. No concept costumes. Y'all hear me? Put that away. Boys, JT says, no plain old jerseys, okay? Saying that you're a player. You better do some more work than that.
Right, speaking of costumes, have you heard of Tea Time?
No, what is this?
You've not heard of Tea Time? I hope someone listening has heard of Tea Time. So Tea Time, right?
I'm scared.
It's a costume for guys.
Okay.
So where you get an oversized jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's it.
Okay.
That's the whole outfit.
Okay.
Oversized jersey, some tighty whities. The jersey has to go past your thighs.
Okay, like a big old dress.
Like a big old dress.
Okay. And what's the purpose of? I'm scared to ask that.
I couldn't tell you if I wanted to.
So if anybody out there who's listening is planning on that costume,
Tea Time.
Maybe don't.
Both my roommates are doing it.
Oh, well, Jery's roommates.
Tea Time.
Shame on you. We need some more effort than that. I want face paint. I don't know. Can we get something? All right. Also, all the Nightwings out there. Not you, Josh. You're too last minute to count. Hey, I'll be out tonight. Just a Starfire. Putting that on the radio.
So since Bryce is gonna put that out there, all the Ravens out there.
He already got a Raven. First of all.
All the Ravens out there. Jery
will be out there
as Beast Boy tonight.
Yeah. So, just just check.
I'm looking for Ravens.
Take a look around, okay?
Just a glance or two.
I'll be there.
I will. We will.
All right. If you're not wearing a dance belt, though, you better not. No superhero costumes without a dance belt. Okay. Let me say this. Don't do it. I know not all of you are dancers, and we're from the School of Theater, so we know a little bit. But hey. Just don't do it. Put some leggings on. Do something, okay? All right. That's my main Halloween opinions. Hopefully we serve, look for some updates. We might get some social media videos out on the WZMB pages, checking out some people's costumes. We'll see what we end up doing. Let's continue our talk. We're talking about fate. We're talking about soulmates. We're talking about nihilism, okay? Basically, does everything matter? Has every choice you made led you to this exact moment? Or does nothing matter? Are we powerless in the hands of fate? And, what I do, what I say to my neighbor, who cares? It's all about me, that individualism. How do we feel, Jery?
I think that, honestly, everything you do in this world, whether it is take a left turn or a right turn, or whether it is put on white or black shoes, I think everything in this world has
something.
Yes, a reaction to it.
And even if it's that you stepped in a mud puddle and it didn't stain your shoes because you wore black shoes instead of white.
Okay, yep.
Small things. But it can also be
the shirt. Yeah, the shirt I wore today is blue. Mm-hmm. But let's say I put on a red one and someone complimented that shirt and I started talking to them.
Exactly.
That wouldn't have happened without me wearing a red shirt.
Mm-hmm. And yes, maybe it basically places this responsibility of, meeting people, of forming community, of forming connections onto this mysterious outside force. But I think if you take it as not that there's some mysterious energy that's guiding you and you are always destined to wear a blue shirt today, instead of doing that, which I think can lean a little bit into the nihilism thing of well, this was just what was going to happen always and I have no power in this, in the hands of, fate and destiny in my life. Instead of doing that, but saying, I had all of these choices in front of me. This was the choice that I made. This was decisions that I and all these people around me made to lead us here. And then it gives it meaning because well enough that you could have made a different choice. You know that all of these people around you could have made a different choice. And the smallest thing could have taken this opportunity away from you, could have taken this moment of meeting people, of sitting here at this desk and having this show, of whoever is listening being exactly where they are right now to listen, away from you. And giving that weight to all of your decisions and to all of these moments in life, I think will help you feel like you're on some kind of path instead of nihilism and nonchalance. my enemies, where you reduce your own personal responsibility in your path. And yeah, maybe it helps you to not feel hurt when something doesn't go the way you had planned, because maybe it's like, oh, well, it never mattered anyway because I was always going to end up here and da-da-da-da. You know, it might help with that temporarily, but I feel as though it would reduce, like, the roots that you're creating, the trust in yourself. And that, I think, is a slippery slope. Because isn't it better to one day be standing, you know, where you've always wanted to be, and to look back at all of the literally horrendous things that you probably went through and not feel anger and not feel, you know, maybe a little bit of sadness for that version of yourself, but to feel like it was worth it, to accept and know that it, like, all led you to this place, that it was all leading here. If you have an end goal and you believe that your choices, that your relationships, that your, I don't know, even the classes that you take, the job that you do, what you spend your money on, whatever, has an impact on that end goal, has an impact on you and your community, then you will feel like you have a place somewhere.
Yeah.
You'll feel like you're working towards something, like they have weight and these things were worth it, were worth something. Now, this is something that's just personally important to me because I used to have a lot of anxiety around this subject, around, like, I was terrified when I was, like, in the throes of some mental health stuff, you know, in middle school and high school. I used to ask my friends who were upperclassmen and genuinely ask them, like, do you think that it was worth it? My biggest fear used to be that I would get somewhere, that I would grow up, or I don't know what I thought, just being an adult, something of finality, right? And I would get there, and all of the things that were causing me so much pain wouldn't be worth it, that none of the things I sacrificed would have been worth it, would have amounted to anything. I was, like, so scared of this. And I don't know where along the way I lost that fear. I know that I started to have a lot more confidence my senior year and freshman year of college, but now, because of the experience we've talked about earlier, you know, kismet and cast and shows of just like, wow, what a perfect show. I haven't had that level of kismet in a show in a while, but it's kind of like what I think we're constantly chasing too as theater people. Making art has a really quick way, I think, of bringing people together and producing that, like, fate feeling. I experienced it when I went to governor's school and things like that. With good teachers, I experienced it, things like that. There's, I guess, more reminders now that I can recognize for things to be, like, okay, and to give me reason to believe that my choices have weight. I like that. So I think looking for them maybe is a solution. You know, just literally being positive all the time. If I have, here's a random one, right? Simple things. If I have a night out, and what we were talking about earlier, this idea that, like, maybe some people are meant to not, you know, to be the ones who take care of people and not the ones who are taken care of. That's pretty nihilistic, I will say. But on the flip side, right, a way of just choosing to be positive about all of these experiences means that, like, I'm not so bogged down. I can't get, like, swept under the allure of being nihilistic, because instead of when I have a night out that doesn't go the way that I wanted, or when a bunch of us friends are hanging out, and if you ever notice, like in a group of people, the focal point like switches, right? So it's usually people take turns like being the center of attention, if you will. So maybe I had a night and it did not go the way I planned. I did not get to do any of the things that I wanted to do, but my friends had a good time and I got to be a product of that. I got to be a supporter of that. And so now I can be happy about that because I supported them and I did a good thing for them. And so that good thing is the same as the good thing of me having a good time, right? And so you can flip anything to still be like a net positive, basically. And that, I think, will help because if instead of doing that, we sat here and we're like, oh, God, I didn't get to do any of the things I wanted to do, and it did not end up well, okay? Massive fail. I spent all this money I put on this outfit, didn't even take any pictures, I got ready, and nothing went my way. Then you start to, it's really easy to go from there, that jump, to be like, well, why did I even do this? Like, why did I even, da-da-da-da? Oh, I should have just done this. Oh, I shouldn't even try. And oh, I da-da-da-da. It goes and it goes and it goes. And so stopping it in its tracks might be the easiest way to, like, reduce that. Because nihilism is pretty easy.
Yes.
It feels good. But the opposite is, like, positivity, this idea of, like, what we're talking about, fate and destiny. Yeah, it exists outside of ourselves, but it builds on itself. It, like, grows to something bigger. To feeling like your choices were worth it. To feeling like they had meaning. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to practice. In your personal life, this idea of archetypes that we were talking about earlier, however, that's my one negative that I think that I personally do experience, that I swap in my brain. Have Jery?
Yes.
Do you feel like you ever do this, do you think? I don't know. This is definitely, it could be me thing.
Okay.
This is just oversimplification of, like, people's roles and putting ourselves into boxes and thinking that we can't be something else. Because maybe that's what you were meant to be.
Like a role in somebody's life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that. I do that often. I put myself in a box where it's like, my role in your life is your listener. Mm-hmm. My role in your life is someone to listen to, or first to have someone to listen to. So
then you wouldn't share.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't share. I would just listen because that was my role in your life, and I just got used to that.
And then it sucks because it's really easy to do a disservice to the people around us by making those assumptions for ourselves.
Yeah, I do that often.
Yeah.
I often become a listener. Yeah, I often become a listener. And it's crazy because I love talking. So, but I often become a listener, and it's just because I'm so used to it. I'm just so used to listening to other people's problems that it's just I'd rather listen and talk about my own.
And we don't even notice because at the end of the day, it is a good thing to be a listener, to be the helper, to be mother. That's me. That's me for real. But over time, like, it's not fair to yourself or the other people. And so it's, like, hard to break out of that because, again, like the nihilism, right? These oversimplifications, these things are comforting. You know, it's comforting to think that, well, I'm just meant to not find love, right? So that must be it. And so if it's not me, it's just, nothing, I can't change that. So I can't be sad about it. I'm just meant to be the caretaker, right? And I'm doing a good thing, so maybe that's just what's supposed to happen, right? So I can't be upset because it's just supposed to happen. I can't fight that. I can't change that. It's comfortable. And that's not ideal because this is something that I think we do to ourselves more than we do to other people. But we definitely put people in boxes as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But it's this oversimplification. You know that people and yourself contain multitudes. We know this. We have been told this for millennia, right? We see this on movies and TV as well. we know that we are not just, bubbly, happy life at a party, or the caretaker, or the listener, or the, what are other archetypes? We got the rebel.
The rebel.
The rebel.
The nerd.
The nerd.
The jock.
Whatever, yes.
The popular girl.
And if you think we're being foolish right now, you know that these people exist.
No,
we put ourselves into these like holes, and we also put other people into them. And sometimes they're based in truth, and sometimes they're even purposefully crafted by that person. Sometimes that is the effect that they want to give off. And I think that's fine. But again, in the same way that like believing that your choices do not matter, the nihilism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is too simple for everyday life, because if only things could be so black and white. It's, I think, also reduces your curiosity, right? It makes you closed off to where you won't allow people to change that mind. You just believe, okay, this is something that's set in stone. I'm just destined to be this way. Whatever, I'm just going to leave it because it's not that bad. And then your community, you're not allowing them to show you otherwise. You don't give them opportunities to prove to you that you could be something else, or that they could be something else to you, or even that thing that you are to them. And it's hard because, again, like I said, you're doing a good thing by being a listener, right? Yeah. For example, it's a good thing. It makes you feel good, and it makes the other person feel good. But over time, this like unintentional and unconscious pushing down of your other desires and your other character traits and your other personality traits, right, causes you like pain because you're not showing parts of yourself. And hey, people aren't magicians. They can't read minds.
No, they cannot.
They cannot read minds.
They cannot.
So it's kind of our responsibility to recognize these times that we do this within ourselves, that we put ourselves into boxes or put other people into boxes, so that we can extend people the opportunity to prove themselves or ourselves otherwise. Because they ain't gonna know. We like routine. We're comfortable. If I know Jery's always gonna listen, I'm not going to realize that sometimes it can hurt Jery by me just expecting him to listen, or expecting. I don't like expecting because I don't feel like I blame other people for this, but it's unconscious, again, like I said.
Subconsciously, yeah.
Subconsciously expecting Jery to listen. And so we have to be able to like first say, this thing that I think about myself is not entirely true. It is partially true. The part about it that makes me feel good, right? The part about I just like taking care of people. I like seeing my friends get the things that they want to get, and it makes me feel good to think that I helped them get there. I looked like winning costume contest last night. I helped my friend make this like really great costume that she was like hyped for, like, and I was like, all right, let's do it. And I had to stay up late a couple nights.
Where's she winning the costume contest at?
At Trey's. Oh, okay. And so I had to stay up a couple nights, whatever, to do it. I had a migraine, but I went outside and like got sprayed in the face and with hairspray and all of this, and like we're like an hour and a half late last night because I did her whole face and makeup and the whole styled the wig and all this stuff after rehearsal. But she was so excited and she looked beautiful and she won the freaking costume contest because she was the best looking in the freaking building because, well, yes.
Well, yes.
And whatever, maybe I was late and I didn't put on my greatest fit last night, have the best hair, but it still made me really happy. It makes me happy to help my friends host when I know that they love to host. Things like, even if I don't really care that much about it. We don't have to go there.
You don't like it at all.
I don't like it at all. But it's fun when other people have fun.
See?
And so I can take the positives, but also naming the negatives so that I can tell people that. And so that I can give them the chance to help me break myself out of the box that I put myself in, and also give them the chance to break themselves out of the box that I've put them in. So it's a lofty thing, right? Lots to balance as far as like the nihilism versus the fate, the meaning, the positives and the negative. But it's a cool thing to think about, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like we got somewhere good on this.
I feel like we did.
I feel like we got. All right, hold on. Let's listen to some songs. We're going to come back and close it out. We're going to listen to Eli Derby with Slow Down. And then I'm going to close y'all out, all right? Let's hear it.
Hey, Jery.
Rolling, slow it down. I want to play in your garden.
Feeling that it's going down. Got that dirty feeling. Look at you.
All right, that was Lone Wolf, y'all. I need more music like that, please. Good Lord. Okay. We talked about a lot today. We talked about Halloween a little bit.
We did.
Whatever that costume was that Jery said.
Oh, teak time.
It's teak time. You know, if you're planning on wearing that tonight,
you're going to be cold.
You're going to be cold. But ladies,
be safe.
As Cardi B has said, a hoe never gets cold. So, go serve.
A hoe never get cold.
Go serve tonight. I'm going to be serving. Remember, Night Wings, I will be dressed as
and
Starfire.
Ravens, I will be looking for
Jery
y'all.
will be there, I guess.
I will be looking for y'all Ravens.
I'm looking for my Nightwing. Just remember that. Just don't forget. Please be safe tonight.
Remember to be safe tonight, yes,
It's
guys.
Halloween.
Yes.
At ECU. Y'all know how it is.
Have fun, but do it safely.
Yes.
You can have fun and do it safely.
What does it say?
Time.
Don't bring any new life and do not end any lives. That's what the teachers always say.
Don't bring in new life and don't end any.
None of that.
And pairs, guys, pairs.
Buddy system.
The buddy system's a great system.
I promise I will not walk home alone like I usually do.
Yes. The buddy system's a great system.
Don't do that. All right, yes. Have a safe and fun weekend.
Of course.
Hopefully we'll be back next week. Next week my show is opening, so my DJ show might be a little bit later. We'll see. I'll try to come here to the station after I finish strike and photo call. Yes. I'm so excited. We got Tech Week soon. I will be ending off my Halloween weekend with a 13-hour rehearsal on Sunday starting at 9:45 in the morning. So while you are all asleep, be thinking of me.
And I would be ending mine with Waffle House.
Oh, God. How are you getting... We'll talk about that later because y'all know I love some Waffle House. All right. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for listening. You're here on WZMB 91.3. It's 2 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, your Halloween, and your Halloween weekend.
Yeah.
I will see y'all when I see y'all.
Yeah, we
Go
will.
Pirates. Here is...
New Magic Wand by Tyler, the Creator.
By Tyler, the Creator, to close us out. Had to do it to him. Enjoy.
Sometimes you gotta close the door to open a window.